Yeah.
In the scriptures, if you had followed my sessions, you're going to
Hmm.
see that God himself prescribed the fashioning of icons like the cherubim
Hmm.
and the bronze serpent, and that the priest would use incense in the temple as part of
Hmm.
worship, and there's incense offered to God in heaven. Here. And did you know your prayer is called incense?
No.
You have your Bible with you?
Yep.
Revelation chapter 8,
Yep.
verses 3 to 5.
Another angel who had a golden censer came and stood at the altar. He was given much incense to offer.
Intense? Say it again.
Sorry, incense to offer with the prayers of all
So
God's
even in
people.
heaven, there's an angel offering incense to God,
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
right? Not only does he offer incense to God in heaven, Revelation 8, 3 to 5, he also offers your prayers, the prayers of the saints to God. So reread Revelation 8, start again, verse 3 to 5, and read loud so I don't stop you.
Okay. Another angel who had a golden censer came and stood at the altar. He was given much incense to offer with the prayers of all God's people. On the golden altar in front of the
You're reading
throne.
NIV again, aren't you?
I bought this before I started watching your streams,
How
unfortunately.
did I know it was NIV, New Indian Version, New Indonesian Version? You know how I knew?
Is it because I prayed for India?
Well, I hope you do, because India needs your prayers. But you know how I knew it was NIV?
No.
Because it translates the word saints as God's people. Did you guys catch what the NIV did? It says the
Okay.
angel offered the prayers of God's people. Now, if you go back and look at the Greek, it's he offered the prayers of the saints, the holy ones. So
Okay.
the NIV, being a very biased evangelical translation, rendered the word holy ones, saints, as God's people because they're reading their evangelical theology into the text. So the angel offered up much incense
Hmm.
and also offered up the prayers of the saints. Keep reading.
Um. Okay. So, on the golden altar in front of the throne, the smoke of the incense, together with the prayers of God's people,
The prayers of God's people. No, together with the prayers of the saints. Keep going.
yeah, went up before God from the angel's hand. Then the angel took the censer, took the censer, filled it with the fire from the altar, and held it in on the earth. And there came peals
Okay,
of
you can
yeah,
stop there. So, what does the angel offer on the altar in heaven? Because there's a heavenly temple, a
yeah,
heavenly altar. What did the angel offer there?
um, fire from the altar,
Before that, what did he offer?
um, the incense and prayers.
You got it. So, how can incense be a bad thing when they're offering incense even in heaven?
Yeah,
Now, read Revelation 5, verse 8.
Revelation 5 verse 8.
What are our prayers to God? If you are a holy one, a saint, set apart by the Spirit, and you belong to Jesus Christ, when you pray, what does
Mm.
God call your prayer? What is your prayer? What is it likened to in the sight of God? Read Revelation 5, verse 8. It's going to tell you.
And when he had taken it, the four living creatures and the 24 elders fell down before the Lamb. Each one had a harp, and they were holding golden bowls full of incense, which are the prayers of God's people, or the
Wait, the
saints.
incense are what?
The prayers. Oh, wow.
So the four living creatures, 24 elders, had golden bowls, censers, filled with incense offering to God. And
Yeah,
those incense were the prayers of the saints, which they
that's incredible.
translated God's people.
Mm.
So
Well,
your prayer is incense to God's nostril, right?
yeah. Hmm.
Now go to Psalm 141, verse 2.
My prayer be set before you like incense. May the lifting up of my
My
hands
prayer
be
be what?
like incense.
Read it again, one more time, slowly.
My prayer be set before you like incense. May the lifting up of my hands be like the evening sacrifice.
So when you lift up your hands, I'm going to flex now. When you lift up your hands, that's like offering the evening sacrifice to God. And when you pray, that's like offering incense to God. So not only is incense biblical, your prayers are incense to God, and they're offering incense in heaven.
Okay.
Now, if you want me to give you an example of an icon that God fashioned
Mm-hmm.
and that was venerated, read Exodus 25, 18 and 22.
Okay. And make 2 cherubim out of hammered gold at the ends of the cover. Make 1 cherubim
So
on the.
God is telling Moses to make an image, fashion an image of cherubim. Cherubim are spirit creatures,
Mm-hmm.
and overlay them with gold and have their wings stretched out
Yeah.
as part of the mercy seat, which represents God's throne. So read it and read aloud.
Okay. And make 2 cherubim out of hammered gold at the ends of the cover. Make 1 cherubim on one end, and the second cherubim on the other. Make 1 cherubim on the one piece with the cover, and the 2 ends. The cherubim are to have their wings spread upwards, overshadowing the cover with them. The cherubim are to face each other, looking forward towards the cover. Place the cover on top of the ark and put in the ark the tablets of the covenant law that I will give you. They are there above the corner between the 2 cherubim that are over the ark of the covenant law. I will meet with you and give you all of my commands for the Israelites.
See, God says, when you fashion the mercy seat and the cherubim with wings, I will then meet you there. I will descend there on that icon, and I'll give you the commandments.
Yeah.
So God just had Moses fashion an icon, image of cherubim with wings, overlaid them with gold, overseeing the mercy seat, which represents God's throne, and God would appear there.
Yeah.
So is God against icons, or did he just commission an icon? Go to Joshua, the book of Joshua. It's after Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6.
Then Joshua tore his clothes and fell face down.
Joshua tore his clothes and did what?
Fell face down to the ground before the ark of the Lord, remaining there till evening. The elders of Israel did the same, and sprinkled dust on their heads. And Joshua said, Alas, sovereign Lord, why do you ever bring this people across the Jordan to deliver us into the hands of the Amorites to destroy us?
I said verse 6, and you went on beyond 6, right?
Oh, sorry.
All right. Did you see verse 6, right?
Yeah.
What did Joshua and the elders do? They fell down before what?
Before the icon.
The Ark of the Covenant with the cherubim, right?
Yeah, the Ark of the Lord, yeah.
And they fell before that icon?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there you go.